What I'm about to say, I'm just going to say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal.
But don't worry, don't panic. what they seem to be. Nothing there, no information left of any kind. Lifting my head, looking for the danger sign. And there was a line, there was a formula, sharp as a knife, that's cut a hole in us. There was a line, there was a formula, sharp as a knife, that's cut a hole in us.
I'm about to say, I'm just gonna say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal.
Still waiting. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. The feeling is times whenever we close our eyes, lifting my head, looking around inside. We haven't enough doubt. It's like the taste of medicine, working by hindsight. Got the message from me.
What I'm about to say, I'm just gonna say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal.
Nå tok et vedtak på å legge ned regjering.
If you don't have any art, you're pretty much lost.
Kan noen være så snill å slå av internett?
What I'm about to say, I'm just gonna say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal.
Sånn er livet. Et program for deg som har internett.
ICE just murdered a 37-year-old woman. That video that's going viral from Minneapolis of that agent shooting her 3 times, that's murder. Now, the Trump administration is saying that this is self-defense. I can't show you the video, but I can give you the play-by-play. So this is the car, if you've seen the video. This is when that agent right there starts to pull out his firearm. And this is when the first shot was fired. You can see that the car is going in a different direction, not toward the agent who's standing right there. The wheels are pointing to the right. And it gets even worse. This is the second shot. There is no threat to his life. This is not self-defense. And then this is the third shot. Again, where's the threat to life? The car is clearly not moving in his direction. They killed this woman in broad daylight, and now members of the Trump regime are going out there claiming it was self-defense. Kristi Noem, the DHS secretary, said she was a domestic terrorist. Seriously. The videos, the photos, the narratives from witness offer a completely different explanation. There should be charges filed against that ICE officer today. Today.
This morning, we learned that an ICE officer shot and killed someone in Minneapolis. My deepest condolences to the family, to the loved ones who had to learn about this tragic event on national television. We've been warning for weeks that the Trump administration's dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to our public safety, that someone was going to get hurt. Just yesterday, I said exactly that. What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life. I've reached out to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, and I'm waiting to hear back. Let me be clear. Donald Trump and his administration may not care much about Minnesota. That's been pretty evident. But we love this state. We won't let them tear us apart. We'll not turn against each other. To Minnesotans, I say this: I feel your anger. I'm angry. They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do. We can't give them what they want. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this: please stand with Minneapolis. To Minnesotans, know that our administration is going to stop at nothing to seek accountability and justice. The State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are working on the investigation. We have activated the State Emergency Operations Center. State Patrol and Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We have activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's mobile response team. And from here on, I have a very simple message. We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough. There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety. I've issued a warning order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops. They're teachers in your community. They're business owners. They're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans. Minnesota will not allow our community to be used as a prop in a national political fight. We will not take the bait.
What I'm about to say, I'm just going to say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal. He's a terrorist. He is currently committing acts of terrorism in Venezuela by bombing a civilian population without warning. He is absolutely intimidating an entire nation of people, starting a war by surprise for no reason. He's apparently captured their president and his wife, and even though his president is not super popular in Venezuela, he has still gone ahead and captured the president of another nation, which is absolutely absurd, and that's something that a terrorist would do. Donald Trump is blowing up random buildings in Venezuela right now without approval from Congress. He was blowing up random fishermen claiming they were the terrorists, even though Donald Trump was blowing them up indiscriminately. This is besides the fact that Donald Trump is supporting Israel's terrorism in Gaza through their genocide. He's also supporting terrorism in the United States through ICE. Donald Trump is a terrorist and a war criminal, and he is a disgrace to the United States of America. What I'm about to say, I'm just going to say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal. What I'm about to say, I'm just going to say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal. What I'm about to say, I'm just going to say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal. What I'm about to say, I'm just going to say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal. What I'm about to say, I'm just going to say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal. What I'm about to say, I'm just going to say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal. What I'm about to say, I'm just going to say it while free speech is still an option. Donald Trump is a terrorist and he's a war criminal.
Kan noen være så snill å slå av internett?